You guys, I'm just from watching episode 0 of SB19 story, and now I'm going to go immediately into episode 1 because I really like the 0 episode. So the episode 1 is Sound Break, and without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, let's go. Let me even relax.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible, so enjoy.
I sure will, because I did enjoy the first one, the 0 one. Sound break, okay. What year is this? Looks really old. Cult Triple.
Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented.
1994.
In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history.
Oh! 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 Okay.
Do you remember this song?
Unfortunately. No, I don't know that song. Oh. Yeah.
It all started with this man,
Gong Song-han.
When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Song-han's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called Show BT Entertainment.
I know Show BT.
Yep, I'm talking about Tatang Robin. Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise of K-pop, so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts and events that promote Korean and Filipino culture. To make that happen, he needed entertainers, a group of young people that would be part of the package of their service as an event organizer. We are talking about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants, like waiting tables and assisting guests.
Okay.
So he held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied. 30 of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the Philippines. They went to multiple events together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road.
I don't know Off-Road though. I don't know Off-Road.
After numerous events, Tatang Robin saw something special when it comes to Filipino talent. He realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers. So he decided to launch the first P-pop boy group that underwent strict Korean-type training. Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made it.
Let's go! John Paulo Nace.
John Paulo Nace. He always
I pronounced it right.
As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions.
That's Pablo for you.
Also a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. As a trainee, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to provide for his family. Ooh. He was the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability, a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader.
Being a hard worker is not easy.
The name Sejun, but later changed his name to
Pablo.
Now that the methodical leader is chosen, they needed more members. Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they needed someone who can dance. And this next guy is exactly that. And even more.
Sylvester Ajero.
Sylvester Ahero.
Sylvester
He was
Ahero.
only
Oh,
16
I
when
forgot
he
they
started
don't pronounce the
competing as a
J.
dancer while studying. He was a born winner
This is a
despite
dance
growing up
leader.
as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality of the
Oh,
world.
he was
He did a
bullied.
great job channeling the negative aspect of his life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions with his group Seon. He is also
Oh.
a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing. There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health. He is a very skilled choreographer. In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's snappy and amazingly synchronized dance routines. But
That
little
I
did they
know.
that dancing wasn't even his only
I
talent.
reacted to this video,
He
guys. I
became
reacted to
the
that video.
main
It was
heavenly
dancing.
voice of the group because his vocals were just
They're also as good as his dancing.
out of this world. He debuted as Stell, the main vocalist, the
Stell
lead dancer,
Vesta.
and choreographer.
Main vocalist, lead dancer. Whoa. Josh Cullen Santos.
Josh Cullen Santos became homeless at the age of 16. It was
My bias.
he had
Josh.
the worst childhood among the other members. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny.
Is my bias.
At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He experienced getting evicted from apartments to smaller rooms.
What's wrong with this
It came
kid?
to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no
I
permanent
didn't know
address.
that.
Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters.
He was also
Sometimes he
bullied.
would get into fistfights.
Just like Stell.
Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree. He clearly had no background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him meeting Stell and Seon. They became co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia. They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in Korea. In a way, Josh was saved by Stell after trying so hard to save himself.
I didn't know that either.
Because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and
yeah, my bias fighter. Justin the Diaz.
Justin the Diaz didn't have to audition. Apparently, he was a very good-looking guy that workshop as
looks
a teenager.
advantageous.
Immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee to improve his singing and dancing skills.
Advantageous.
He was one of the late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
Ooh.
You look familiar. Apparently, the two had a stint
You look familiar.
in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
Yeah, Zero. Josh had Gary Pass. Yukito.
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing.
It's like all of them dancers, as if I remember.
He televised Pinoy boy band Superstar show, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions. Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time.
Probably.
It was only when he became a trainee that he
started learning
in the vocal department. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a skill in filmmaking. He then got selected to debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group. He was the would-be director behind the record-breaking P-pop music video, What, and more. But that's a story for another video.
Daddy chill.
At this point, Show BT
Daddy chill.
4 members in a P-pop group, a nice even number.
My bias record is nowhere to be seen.
They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone
my bias record was missing.
Someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level, the extraordinary level. Someone so naturally gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group of young artists. This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy.
Josh knows everybody. Philip John Suson.
Philip John Suson is such a specimen.
John Suson.
He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like
bias record.
He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents.
He doesn't change, but he looks like he looked like when he was young.
As an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him to play musical instruments.
He learned
taught
on his
himself
own
by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist. But he later fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school entrance.
Oh.
After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly.
Aced it.
Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to form
Amigo
a K-pop
7
dance cover group called Amigo 7. Apparently, his group gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early competitions because they were very good rivals. So he decided to recruit him. But Philip was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip
that's why I love Mike Joshi.
He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead.
Let's go.
They were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful
right? It's like
Justin failed.
That's the small things in life, like small things, like, you know, small not coincidences, like, how should I call it, small events lead to even bigger events in the future. Like, you might do something small and be like, it might not affect anything in the future, but actually just that one small thing becomes the changing factor in like a lot of things to come in the future. Like, you just never know. You just if only you could predict the future, but you just don't know. Like, every decision you make, however small it is, can really change the future.
So he didn't even bother to audition again because he thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if Show BT's training program didn't even exist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect.
Right?
When a small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a
butterfly. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
In a complex system can have a large effects elsewhere. Tatang Robin's
butterfly effect
mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code digits 82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19. SB doesn't only mean show BT. It is all about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this praise. Soundbreak.
SB sound. Soundbreak. I know, I didn't think about that. Oh, crying out loud. I enjoyed this one. The second story, you know, I'm actually going to episode 2 like immediately. Like, I'm now following, like, I'm hooked. It's like I'm watching a series and I'm like a notorious binge watcher. So I'm going to say bye to you for now. The other video will be coming out soon. So bye till the next episode. See ya. And still we have to say thank you, Kaja Chuck, for these videos and for the research. It's not easy work that you're doing. It's not easy. So big ups.